What's up, YouTube? This is my 2 cents coming at you with another video. I'd like to take this time to thank some subscribers who have tuned in, and for those of you who haven't, please like and subscribe. Today my video topic is about poor men marrying middle-class women. Now, there's nothing wrong with a poor man dating a woman that makes more money. The problem arises when this poor man decides he wants to marry the woman who makes more money than him. There's always been this stigma about men being intimidated by a woman who makes more money. And I want to gear this towards African American men because that's what I've heard the most. It was African American men who were always intimidated by women who make more money than them. African American women who make more money than them. And I used to think to myself, well, doesn't this guy give this woman praise? I mean, she earned a degree and she's making money, you know. What's to be intimidated about? Or what's to be jealous about? I mean, I never understood that. And I was always under the assumption that if a woman makes her own money or more money, that means she's independent. And expenses can be shared equally on dates. Maybe the couple go Dutch on the meal or something like that, which is fine, and that's common. But men, if you're 20, 30, or even 40, do not, I repeat, do not marry a woman who makes more money than you. Because if you do, whatever you do, whatever decisions you make within that household will be bastardized. And what I mean by that, let's say you're making this low income, and she's way high up on the pay scale as far as her career goes. She's going to look at your income as dispensable or not important. I've witnessed guys who were married to women who made more money than them told me that their wife said, well, you know what? We're going to use your money for expenses. Okay. You're already making a low income. And then to have her say, we're going to use your money for expenses, is to spit in the face. Why would a person do that to another person? Because more than likely, if you're making a low income, you're probably working harder than that person who makes more money. Contrary to popular belief, people think that if you're making a low wage, you're not working hard. And it couldn't be any further from the truth, because you're working harder. Just because someone is making more money doesn't mean they're working harder. You know, it could go both ways. There are some low-paying jobs that are pretty easy and stress-free, and there are some high-paying jobs that are stress-free. You know, and there's some high-paying jobs that you really have to work your butt off. But the person who makes the most money is going to always think that you don't work hard. So, you know, whatever. I mean, and plus, if this person, if the woman makes all the money and she buys a house, she's going to have the last say. And by right, she does have the, she does have the last say because she makes the most of the income. And if there's adult children living in the house, she's going to take their word over yours. There's going to be a lot of leniency when it comes to them. They're going to be able to do the least amount of housework as possible. They're going to be able to bring multiple vehicles on the property. They're going to be able to have more freedom to do things around the house that could impede on your space. And there's nothing you can really say about it, because you're not the king of that household, so to speak. You don't really have the ability to call the shots. She does. And whatever kids say or do goes. Whatever you do or say, it's going to be argued upon. It's going to be discussed, and it's probably going to be shut down. When it comes to housework, most of that's going to be put on you. The woman who makes the most money, who makes the money in the household, is going to feel that she shouldn't have to do certain household chores, or just don't do them at all, and it's going to be on you to do that, because you're the low income earner around the house. And some of you might be in disbelief, but this really does happen, and it really does exist. And guys, if you are thinking about marrying a woman like this, please have your finances in order. At least have that. If you were smart enough and frugal enough to earn money in your younger years and save it, that's your best bet. And you have to let your spouse know, or let your fiance know before you marry, that whatever you saved in the bank prior to the marriage is yours, and it's going to stay there. That's your savings. A man needs his savings. You don't want to be completely dependent upon a woman, especially if she holds all the cards, because she's going to manipulate those strings, and you're going to be at her beck and call. You're going to be, you just won't have much financial freedom to do anything. So have your money saved up, keep it separate, and keep stacking it up. There's nothing. Two people should be able to earn incomes and be able to save money in their own accounts, or put money in a pot, which in some relationships doesn't happen. So, and as far as education, guys, if you don't make the same amount of money, or you don't have the same education as your spouse or as your fiance, think about this. You need to marry a person who's either your pay grade or below your pay grade. I know it sounds military, but that's just the way it is. And it's even better if you make the most money in the household as a man, because you will have to say so, the last word. And men are typically more lenient and easier in these situations, because they most likely want to please their wife, and they don't want to push any buttons or burn any bridges. And the wife normally has more leniency when the guy makes the most money in the household. So marry somebody your same pay grade or below your pay grade. If you're not a high income earner, do not marry a woman that makes more money than you. I know I said this over and over again, but believe me, what I'm telling you is true. Society is different now. More women are educated than men. Things have flip-flopped. There's more women who are the high income earners in the family household, and it's all backwards now. It's kind of messed up. So I advise any man, stay single as long as possible. Build up your financial status. Get your career straight. If you are not business savvy or rare talent when it comes to music and art, get an education, because you need something to fall back on. You know, at least get a two-year associates. You know, you're going to be better off than someone who doesn't have a degree. And when you have all that in place, then decide who you want to marry, but make the right choice. Does the woman you want to marry makes more money than you? Does she make about the same, or does she make less? So I go for the latter. Believe me, this will not work well if you marry a woman that makes a high income. I guarantee you will not go well. So that's what I have to talk about today, and I hope you guys get some good insight from this video. I don't intend to target any one race about this subject matter, because it probably happens across the board as far as races go. But you are the man, so you have to be in a situation where you're independent and single, and you don't have to answer to anybody when it comes to finances. You know, or you can just coast through life until you get yourself straight, and then marry someone. But make sure she doesn't make more than you. And that's what I got. All I have to say. Peace out.